It's me, Mustard in the Kitchen, Captain Mustard, as the channel name is now called. Now, was I late? You could say that. Maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds, or 15. Not really sure. Not really sure. Is that fashionably late? Does anybody know what fashionably late actually is? Is fashionably late a few seconds, a minute, 5 minutes, half an hour, a day, a week? Or is it just rude? Can you ever be fashionably late? Good question, eh? If anybody knows, do tell me. Although there are only 3 people here at the moment anyway, so the chances are that I'll only have 3 different people's opinions, won't I? Oh, yes. Well, gosh, that's a hot cup of tea indeed. A very, very hot cup of tea. Oh, there's only one person here now. Gosh, my introduction, my sort of outburst as I came in here is enough to make everyone all go away. Fantastic. Oh. Well, there we go. And that's off because it is actually way too warm this evening. Way too warm. Whew. I don't know about you, but if you're in Britain, have you found today to be way too warm? Or have you found it to be just right? Today's really sort of come as spring. I had to pop into work on my day off to do a vital job that really didn't take very long at all. And yeah, I've been way too hot ever since. But anyway, let's have a look to see who has joined me today. Oh gosh, I forgot about that. I've still got ginger powder on my glasses. Maybe I should clear all that off first, eh? Yes, ginger powder coated glasses. How is that even possible? Well, how could that have ever happened? I wonder how many people can say that they have cleaned ginger powder off of their glasses. Evening chat, good evening Mustard. How is everyone tonight? Asks Greenwood. I am your friendly resident moderator. Usual rules apply, no spam, no repeats, no international politics, no reposting phone numbers, etc. Don't be a dick to the other channel members, please. Oh, how wonderfully put there. Thank you very much. Andrew Buttigieg is here. And Pingu, hello, Pingu Concord. What a wonderful, not surprise, but nice to see you here indeed. Redo the outburst. Oh, I didn't think, right. I didn't think it started until just before you drank your tea. Okay, I will do. I'll do that in just a second. Hello, my G. Is you cooking the bread in it? Oh, well, I've got an idea for it, Tyler Kennedy. Yes, you have any indeed. Good evening, lovely boss lady Tracy. There we go. That's the name for you. The ginger drop needs to be a clip. I suppose. Yeah, maybe I should go to my live stream. Well, my only way of doing this would be to do a screen record to do it, but I know there's another and better way of doing it as well. Sabrina Quinton is here. Hello. And Rover Joe, who says, "Hey up, Mustard." Hey up, Rover Joe. Welcome to the live stream. Rosanna is here as well. When was you as this? Was it yesterday? I don't know, maybe. Elogia, hi great grandpa. I'm getting quite a few of those these days. I'm presuming that there are many people around the world who watch my live streams that just don't seem to have old relatives or older relatives because, well, when I was growing up, if I was on a live stream as somebody that's probably a bit too young to be on the live stream, my granddad would have been about 80. I started to work on the other side of the Honda now. Well, excellent. Pingu is the master of the short clip edit. And HM says, hey, brother, maybe I need a ye or no. Maybe I need a ye or no. What was that? Was it yesterday? Ah, right, yeah, it was yesterday. Do you ever think of visiting Deezer? I don't think about visiting Giza. I think about it. Well, I've never thought about it, but I'm probably going to be thinking about it quite a lot tonight. Yeah, my opening thing then, in case you did miss it, and obviously everybody did, which was actually just really, I just started talking because it was a minute to go, and I thought, oh, best make a quick cup of tea, and then I realised it was already 8 o'clock. I thought I should be live now, but it wasn't. But I wanted to make the cup of tea before going live, because otherwise the live starts off with me on the other side of the kitchen. You can't see what I'm doing, you don't know what's going on. I'm really think this is a really terrible way to do a live stream. So I left it until I finished, and then I started having a rant, not a rant, but a question about being late. What's fashionably late? Is it a minute? Is it 2 minutes? Is it 5 minutes? Is it 10 minutes? Is it half an hour? Is it an hour? Is it 2 hours? Or is being late, no matter, even if it's a few seconds, just obnoxious? What's your opinion on that? Message retracted. How do I go live? Because I've gone past 50 subscribers and I can't go live. Well, I don't know. Hang on. I'm a penguin. Right. So maybe I've seen Rosanna. Tracy's got really a message there, because you've obviously repeated something a bit too much, and it's something I can't really help you with, I reckon. Oh, it was hidden by the Greenwood. Oh gosh, I tell you what, you've annoyed Tracy there. Doris completed her first mission perfectly with no dramas and managed 47 miles per gallon. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you very much for letting me know, Pingu. I knew that you wouldn't have any problems with that car. It's just such a. I think that car's a bit like a rescue dog. You know, a kind of, a Staffordshire Bull Terrier that has had a tough life. But still, you see it in its cage there when he goes to the dog rescue place. It goes, I would have come home with you. And that's what it did, isn't it? And you know that it won't bite anyone. It'll be nice. It'll be friendly. It'll be loyal. And it'll always be happy. And I think that's what Doris is. Thanks, Andrew and Matey. Rosanna was, I see. Right, I see. Okay, good. There is a limit to these things, isn't there? Pingu says, Andrew Buttigieg, please donate, says Helping Hand, but to what cause? I mean, please donate to what? Me? You could donate right now. You could donate your subscription to Captain Mustard to make sure that you are here more often. You could donate your like to this particular live stream, which would help. You could donate. That wouldn't even cost you anything. How fabulous, eh? Right, okay. Now that's very, very good bit of diligence there, Greenwood. Thank you very much. Either she was young or was a creep. And yeah, right, there are people that shouldn't be on here for both of those reasons. Either one isn't right, is it? So thank you very much. Greenwood, Tracy, helping keeping the live stream a what's the word? A wholesome place to be. Yes, thank you. There's life in the old dog yet. Many exotic adventures to come, says Pingu about Denty Doris, the little green 25 that just wants to go to work and be a mate. And considering the mileage as well, it's not. I would say it's an average mileage, 118,000. You shouldn't say that's a high mileage, but it just shows that even on that mileage, the engines can still be absolutely sweet because it pulls well and sounds great. Can I donate my kidney? Asks Tyler Kennedy. Yes, you can. I shall give you an address to donate it to. Just simply pop it into a freezer bag. Make sure it's first class postage. You could bung it into one of those cold boxes, but I won't bother. By the time it gets there, they probably will have changed their mind anyway. But good luck with that. Good luck taking it out, because apparently, the instruction manuals for removing kidneys is just not available, and quite frankly, there should be for people like yourself. Help, that's so out of pocket. Quit, sorry, says, well, I better put my glasses on. Exotic, not erotic. Yes, exactly. You won't find anything erotic here, but all exotic. You might find something quite strange, though, in a bit when I decide to do some cooking, because I have it in my mind. I thought I made some bread yesterday. I made a pizza. I made some, what do we call them? Some bread with a spice mix in. Oh gosh, I'm forgetting everything tonight. Anyway, I made those and they've all been eaten. Pizza gone, bread gone. However, still half of the bread left that's uncooked in the bowl. So I thought I would wait until I started doing a live stream, and then something will pop into my head as to what I can do with them, with it. I'll show you how much is left. There's quite a bit, probably about half of it. Half of it's still left in. Gosh, it doesn't last now. Yeah, so something will pop into my head about what I could do with it, and then I'll do a little cooking experiment, and basically just be finished by 10. 119k now, says Pingu. Masked edits. Hey, what's happening? Well, what is happening is what you see right in front of you. It may not be to your taste, or it might be exactly what you were looking for. And if so, I'm going to ask again, just subscribe. I've done it before, says Tyler Kennedy, and presumably talking about taking a kidney out. So that means you've only got one left, and that could mean that as soon as you remove it, you're going to be in trouble, Tyler. So I'm going to do the sensible thing and say that I'm sure your 24-year-old kidney is in perfectly good shape, but you're going to need it yourself. So leave it where it is. Chocolate scones or scones, asks Andrew Buttigieg. I just remembered something. Live chat. Tracy, you forgot to remind me tonight, but it doesn't matter because I remembered myself. Oh, yeah. Chocolate scones or scones. Pam Ratata. Hello, Pam Ratata. Oh, by the way, scone or scone, which one really is it? Because I always thought it was scones. Where do they call it scone? Is it in the north or the south? I don't even know. Crazy Cat says, hello, I'm back. And that's good to know because I can see that you're back and I'm happy about that. My brother has 3 kidneys. True story, that. Well, it's not a true. That's not so much a story, it's just a claim. Why has he got 3 of them? Cancun says, hello, bro. How the Jeff are you? I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. As you can see, I'm sort of full of energy tonight, which is all of its fault. I just put it on for the live stream. As soon as the live stream's finished, I just flop into like a ball on the floor, and I don't know what's going to happen until the next day. By the way, you looking fresh today, says Cancun. Very much appreciated indeed. Yes, live chat reminder. See, the thing is, I'm getting used to reminding myself now by the looks of it. It's scones, says Andrew Buttigieg. But is it scones or scones? That's the thing. And, well, I know what you mean, really. You're saying scone. If it was scone, you'd just you'd have a double N instead, wouldn't you? A double N S rather than an E on there. It doesn't make sense that it should be called scone with the way it's spelled, does it? Lol, the true story is what the kids say on the internet. Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it? 3 kidneys, yes. Do you smoke cigarettes? Asks Cancun. No, so that's one avenue of promotion I will not be going down because, I wouldn't smoke in the house even if I did do. Has he got 3 testicles as well? Yep, they didn't know until they found a scan to rule out the kidney stones. They found a 3rd, smaller, fully working kidney. What an amazing thing! So, I mean, in effect, if he so wished, he could donate a kidney twice. What happens with people when they donate a kidney, though, and then years later, if the one that they've got left doesn't go too well, then they can get themselves in trouble, can't they, through being altruistic? You look amazing right now, says Star 4. Oh, yeah, really? Really? And that looks like a games. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, I thought that was a games console thing, but it's not. It's just, why would you do that with your hands, though? Oh, is it? Oh, is it? Ah, no, it's a love heart thing, isn't it? Right. Okay. Cold Edits asks, are you British? And of course, the answer is yes. Yes, of course I'm British. You guessed it. You guessed correctly because you could tell by the accent, right? Yeah, and that's all you need. So yes, Cold Edits. Thank you. Have you been outside of the UK? Asks Cancun. Well, yes, I have. I'm not a well-travelled person, as I've mentioned on a live stream many a time before. But Britain is such an interesting place. I mean, I'm sure all countries are like this, where if you live there and you like the place, that you discover there's all sorts of amazing places that you haven't discovered yet. So rather than going abroad, you want to go and discover those. Plus, it's easy to get to. Not necessarily cheap, though. That's the thing about travel abroad. It's been made so cheap these days, and certain countries, even when you get there, it doesn't cost anything to be there. So your holiday abroad could cost you less than just staying home and watching the television. Do you drink tea or coffee? Oh, well, I drink both, but not at the same time. Yes, mate, let's go, says Cold Edits. What was that about? Oh, you're right. Let's go British. Yeah, let's be British. Let's celebrate our Britishness by admitting it to people who aren't British. Greenwood says the reason we have two of almost everything is basically spares. For one if the other goes wrong. The liver and skin mends itself. Another true story, that. Oh, yes, yes, it is indeed. What about the brain, though? We haven't got two brains, and that doesn't really mend itself, does it? I suppose that particular, well, the ECU of the body has only got one chance, hasn't it? If you ruin it, then you will not find another brain with the serial code the same, and that's why we can't have brain transplants, can we? Because all the wrong information will be there, and you put another brain into your body, and it just doesn't really connect. You switch the human on, and the lights aren't there, and it's not going to function properly. Yeah, that's basically it. I believe that's what it is. That's why brain transplants are not available. Mustard, do you need answer cards? You need answer cards. When someone asks the same question over and over again, you can just hold up the card instead of repeating yourself. I could do with that. That would seem somewhat less caring, wouldn't it? Maybe be more interesting for the people that actually are regulars and they know all the answers. They know all the answers and they don't want to hear the answer yet again, do they? They want to hear something new. How did you get so rich? Asks Cancun. Well, it's a funny story actually. I was poor, and then one day I just became rich. And I haven't got any money, but I am rich. I'm rich of happiness. Yep, and that is something you can't buy anyway. So you can't actually. There's no secret to it. You just have to accept that you can be happy. And you know what? That does sound like a genuinely honest and good bit of advice. The most precious commodity that you can have in your own life is happiness. And the only way you can get that is by accepting that you can actually have it. Yeah, pop psychology there, probably. But I'm sticking with it. Cool Edits. New sub and like. Oh, thank you, Cold Edits. Thank you very much. Do you remember me? Asks Cancun. Well, I remember you from just a minute ago, but also from a few days back as well. I haven't got one brain, says Tyler. I don't know where that's going to go next. The brain names itself and other organs too, I think about it. Names itself. You mean mends itself? It can't mend much of itself and all that. True story. True. Right. Do you think I'm a regular viewer? Asks Cancun. Well, I think you are actually. I'm sure you've been in a few times, haven't you? Either that or somebody with the same name, mate, and you could be just somebody with the same name as somebody else who's regular. How can I be happy when the whole world is crazy and falling apart? Asks Cancun. Well, the answer is within that question, really. That if you think the world needs to be happy for you to be happy, then that shows that you're thinking about it kind of the wrong way round. You can be happy no matter what's going on. Look at some of the happy people around the world. They don't necessarily got any money, have they? Very often, happy people have got nothing. It's probably because they've stopped. Or people that are poor and accept being poor are happy people because they're not chasing something that isn't going to make them happy. And honestly, being rich doesn't make you happy. And I don't know this from experience, but I do know it from people I know and people I have known and famous people that aren't happy. It's if the whole world is wrong around you, then that gives you every reason, because you've noticed it, to actually be happy within yourself. You can't be happy about that, but you can be happy still. Does that make sense to you? I hope it does. Do you remember Pinky and the Brain? Asks Pingu Concord. And I don't actually. I don't know what that is. Yes, Andrew Buttigieg does. How on earth are you so inspirational? And you are so spiritual. Gosh, well, right, okay, well, maybe I'm always banging my elbow on that, by the way. Maybe I'm just in the mood for being chatty tonight. That's probably it. Food and philosophy, that's what you get here, says the Greenwood. Oh, thank you for pointing that out. What about food, though? What about food? What about that bread that I've got? Is it time that I started talking about what I might just cook tonight? Can I stretch your gluten? No. How old were you when you lost your virginity? Asks Cancun. Well, so I'm just trying to think of the smart answer because I can't remember the actual age. It was such a long time ago that I'm not even sure it actually even happened. Oh, do you remember me? Asks Crichton Roberts. Of course I do, Crichton Roberts, because Crichton Roberts is quite a cool name. Tyler Watler. Right, well, Tyler is talking about the bread that I have there. And, when you knead dough, the more you knead it, the more glutinous it becomes, the more stretchy it becomes. So when you cook it and you can fold it over and then snap, that's because of gluten. So here, reading glasses high. Cancun, you're doing that joke, eh? That's not going to work on me, I'm afraid. I'm thinking of something that I'm going to call meatballs. No, inbred meatballs. Yeah, inbred meatballs. Yeah, why not? Well, I've got some mince left over from the other day when I made some burgers. So I can just cook them in a pan, maybe with a bit of seasoning, maybe with an onion, or maybe not this time. No, I should. You've got to, unless you're putting an onion in something, you're just not even going to want to eat it by the time you get there. I'm going to cook them as meatballs and then get the bread out and wrap the bread around them and then bung them in the oven. What do you reckon? Inbred meatballs. Who thinks it sounds like a good idea? When I need dough, I just go to the bank. What if there's no dough in the bank, though? Hey. No, that's cool edits thinking. Oh. Well, here we go. It's probably time I did something like that because so far we've not had this rush of people coming in. The rush of people are important. Whether some of the regulars like it or not, they're the new ones, the new subscribers, the new people that might like. They're the ones that make the channel kind of what it is. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, is turn this around here ever so slightly and start off a rather interesting, possibly, and different recipe. Oh yes. How far do I go? Because, I mean, you can have just meatballs, which is just basically meaty balls. You'd always have a bit of onion in there, but you could have some spices in there. You could have something else. I could make them hot meatballs, hot inbred meatballs, for the joy of your eyes. It's probably only going to be me eating them anyway, so, and there isn't going to be that many there. But the problem with them is that the meatballs themselves, they work better if you just use the actual mincy stuff, shape them, put them in the pan, don't mess with them. So, with that in mind, I am not going to be too adventurous with it. And after all, most of the time I do far too much messing about. This mince has been open for a few days. It's starting to go a bit brown in places, but that's fine, because that's the colour that mince is supposed to be anyway. Let's just have a quick stop here and have a look at something. Pingu. Cooking with Uncle Mustard. You should cook homemade baked potatoes. Don't mess with your balls. What kind of mustard and everyone chat? What kind of bread are you making? Well, the bread's already made. The bread is here. Made it yesterday. So, nice and simple then. We're going to spoon out a bit of meat, like that, a bit of mince basically. I'm going to make it into a ball of that size, stick it in the pan. And then I'm going to do the same thing again. See, what I'm going to do is get the mince, take it out, roll it around in my hand, like that, turn it into a ball. Yep. Guess what I'm going to do next? Yep, that's right. I'm going to get another piece of mince. I'm going to squeeze it a little bit, roll it around and into a ball. And then finally, the biggest of the balls, this one. At the moment it's just a meaty square. Perhaps it could stay a square. There's a point. We're used to having meat balls. How about meat cubes? I'm going to have a meat cube. There we go. It's very, very definitely a cube as well. And you could, I suppose, try different shapes. Maybe that would be a much more practical way of doing it, because as you cook it, you turn it over and it stays where it is. You won't just roll around the pan everywhere, making excuses for not cooking properly. Oh, where's that gone? Oh, where has the tea towel gone? Where has the tea towel gone? Where has the tea towel gone? Where's the... It's like I forget that the people are here and I just carry on as if that's normal behaviour. Right, on quite a low heat then, because otherwise what will happen is that it will just simply get too hot and splatter everywhere and make a mess and be rather uncomfortable and make me unpopular, and you'll say, "What's this guy's got a clue what he's doing, has he?" And I'll end up having to just agree with you. So we're not going to bother with any onion after all, but we will have salt, and we will have pepper, and we will have something else. Where's my lovely salt gone? My lovely salt. There it is. Right. Well, What am I looking for now? And I realise I've made a mistake again, because if I wanted like a curried meatball or a hot meatball, the thing to do would be to actually include that within the mix. So now, if I want to do it, I've got to do it slightly differently. I was looking for chili powder. Where's my chili powder then? It's paprika. That's not the same thing. It doesn't have the same effect. Just put that away before I drop it. Perhaps I haven't got any chili powder, but I do have some chili powder. Of course I have. What kitchen is complete without some chili powder? I just don't know what I've done with it. What a disaster. What I do have though is a bit of this particular spice mix, which I'm going to put on the cube. On the curried cube. Is that come out? Yeah, there we go. Now, so that's going to be the only curried cube. The rest are going to be peppery, salty balls. But this is going to be a curried cube, which does sound much more exotic. Oh, it smells more exotic as well. A tiny bit on there. That'll do for that. As this is cooking in a nice slow heat, I'm going to get back to the comments, because I do have a massive audience here of 9 people at the moment, which by my usual standards isn't particularly good, but I'm not going to ignore it at all. And it's weird actually, because I feel like I'm doing one of my better live streams tonight as well. Yeah, nobody's here to see it. This time of year, do you have a favourite season? And then it depends on what other lives are going. Mustard. I don't want to essentially swipe down again and see a confused gent with a bad wig and makeup. Oh, well, the thing is, that is for some people, isn't it? It takes a while for the algorithm to pick up a live stream. It does. Maybe doing 32 minutes at the moment, though. The time of year could possibly meet Diocathlon. What's Dodd? I don't know what that. I don't think I've ever seen that word before. Maybe I'm losing a bit of my education. Andrew, I've seen him. He's too scary. Oh gosh. Your room is a bit darker than usual. Just an observation that might be affecting previews. Well, that is an interesting point. And with that interesting point, should I do something about it? Why is it darker tonight though? I don't really understand that. With that in mind though, I am going to put on the light. There we go. That's much brighter, isn't it? The only thing is, with the old thing there, it's much more difficult to actually. Oh, and I tell you, that's the other thing as well. The light around it like that could be a bit of a distraction. Can olive oil be used to fry? Asks Skick. Yes, it can. Olive oil's fine for frying. When it comes to meat like this, though, you don't really need any oil because there's oil in it, so you just use that. Cecilia Soldevilla. Hello. Rover Joe is a legendary rust killer. Hi, Skick. I am Pingu. Yes. Cecilia says yes. Don't drop the spice mix this time. Hi Andy. Oh gosh, what is this about? Asks. Oh, I've forgotten his name. Well, I'm just going to call him that. I'm just going to call him that. So if this particular chap wants anything to say, I've got to wait until I've got a pump on the go so I can tell you who's talking. Yes, Joe, your car-saving exploits are legendary and inspiring us all to old folk. Well, hello, Boaty. Oh, is that his name? Boaty. How's Wales? Wet, of course. Well, of course it's wet. What did you expect? And, you know, you claim to have come from the place. You must know how wet the... Right, Tyler Kennedy. I'm not going to read that now, just in case she hears me. Very moist. That's better. The colour of the top was blending into the background, so you could try bouncing the light ring off the... Right. Now, there's an idea, actually. Yes. No, that won't work, because then that'll be unstable, possibly. Or will it? Will it? I guess, really, I've just got to experiment with this somewhat, haven't I, really? And we'll see what happens. But I think the reflection's a bit of a distraction myself. Unless I just read it like that, but then I can't read it properly anyway. Try bouncing the ring around the right. Yeah, I did do that because I do have headaches. Right, yes, I'm surprised, Pingu Concord. Mr. Farty, are you in danger? Blink twice for yes. Am I in danger? Blink twice for yes. No, I'm not. I'm only in danger of doing another pump. How about I'm going to try something like this. I'll put the... Oh, right, okay, that there. Then that goes over like that. That might work. That might work, or it might be a disaster. It's still reflecting quite a lot. That's the only thing. It makes me look like I've got those BMW angel eyes as eyes, which isn't particularly pleasant, is it? As I turn this down a bit more again. Or off. If I turn it off, I don't think it's that much difference, really. Well, anyway, you can tell me what you're thinking a bit. In the meantime, I am readily cooking some beefy, burgy, what do you call them? Meatballs for my special idea of inbred meatballs. Salty inbred meatballs and a spicy, meaty cube. It's a disaster waiting to happen, but I'm used to disasters and I like them. Little earlier than usual, aren't we? Says Sam. Well, yes, I am. Mustard, I found some shocking discoveries today too. What, on your car? On the rusty car? On the car that wasn't rusty, but then you found it was? You should be on nickname Angel Eyes. What's the best place to find a Liverpudlian in South Wales? Asks. Nothing like a good old inbred balls. On my Honda oh dear. Well, you can tell us all about it if you like. And Eva Anderson says, hi, I'm back. Well, welcome back, Eva Anderson. Welcome back indeed. So, do you know what I need to do now? Is get some paper out, baking paper, and a little bit of the dough ready, properly smoothed out and flat, to be dunked with balls. But should I just turn these over first? I think perhaps I should. I think also I might really need to cook this on a much higher heat. Oh. I'm going to try and keep these ones separate now. Keep the ball separate from the cube. Otherwise, the balls are going to end up tasting like curry when they shouldn't do. Come on, let's talk about motorbikes. Yeah, all right. Good point, Skip. After I've read Rover Jaws, it seems that Honda is as near quarter fitted before my nana and granddad bought it. The inner arch and the bottom wasn't metal, but just seam sealer. Ooh, gosh. He's going to get the baking powder out, says Bolton. Come on, let's talk about motorbikes, says Skik. So, yes, I'm going to talk about motorbikes now and how exciting I find them. Motorbikes. When one wheel isn't enough, two is just right, 4 is too stable. 3 is just odd. And 3 is an odd number of wheels. You're right about that one for sure. But what makes 2 wheels better than 5? Well, 5, that's the kind of amount of wheels you have on a very unusual vehicle, isn't it? So we're not going to talk about that one. But 2 wheels, they're live for riding your bike down the roads and being ultimately scared of getting knocked off it. Oh, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. Needing a helmet, you can't beat that either. Getting cold and wet when it's cold and wet, you can't beat that. Being way too hot because you're in leathers during the summer, ooh, you can't beat that either. I mean, the whole experience of riding a motorbike is one that you simply cannot beat, and you should never even try because you're not going to be able to do. And that's why I have a car. What about you? I'm sure that many people have motorbikes and they have cars as well. There's going to be one that they prefer and one that they don't prefer. I have a bike. I have a mountain bike, and it's great because I can use it without needing an engine, and I don't need to pay any funds to use it. I don't need it to have an MOT. It doesn't need to be insured. It doesn't need any of that stuff, but it's just as much fun. Yamasa, Suzuki, or Kawasaki. Does anyone remember Tony Basil? Well, no. Skip, any of those are fantastic. I would ride any of those any day of the week rather than being safe in a car. That's what we're looking for, isn't it? Now, what we're going to do next is get the flour back out. Of course, because anything involving pastry is going to involve, well, it's not pastry, it's just bread, isn't it? Bread's not the same thing. Why have I still got my glasses on? I'll need my glasses in a bit, probably. Anyway, welcome Boaty. Are you having a good time there? Have you got your wine out yet? Are you settled in for the night? I know you'll be doing a live stream afterwards. I know all about it then. Oh gosh, sticky bread. Far too sticky to not use loads of extra flour. There we go. And here we have a lovely bit of bread, which I shall stretch out by hand and then possibly in a moment roll it as well. What would you do with these inbred meatballs? Would you have the bread really thin, or would you like it to be somewhat thick and fluffy? What a fabulous question that is, eh? I reckon I'm going to go for somewhere in between. What am I doing now? It's sticking to my digits again. It's you don't really need a rolling pin for this, I don't reckon. I mean, I say that I've never actually done this particular thing before, but how much experience do you really need? That's the question. There's a bit more bread there. Let's do another bit just like there. Get my hands full of flour again, and of course ready to be rolling out bits of awfully scruffy and messy bready stuff all over the place to be spread around a meaty big bollock. Because not bollocks, that's not the right word, it is ball. Ball or cube. Let's not get them confused with something that doesn't belong in the kitchen. Gosh, I'm having a lovely time with this now. I'm starting to really enjoy this, because once I get my dabs on the bready stuff, then I'm happy. I'm happy doing this. I really am. Let's turn these over a little bit more again and try and get that meaty square. That meaty square thing is really going rather well. Look at that. It is a proper square, a cube of meat. But I don't turn the heat up. That's what I'm saying. And finally, number 3, dollop of bread. what I like about this idea so much is it is somewhat rustic, isn't it? There's no finesse to this. It is just simply getting bits of old manky bread out of a thing. Well, not manky. It is. That's how you do sourdough. But it does smell a bit strange, and the smell of sourdough when it's not cooked might be just enough to put many people off. But of course, you have to know what it's supposed to smell of. Now, my hands are a bit on the floury side now, so and I do see some people's comments do need reading out. And what am I supposed to do? Should I do it with floury hands? Yeah, why not? Let's have a floury hand live stream on the go. Why not? Yeah. Here we go. Well, welcome everyone that hasn't actually liked this live stream. Please do get on with it. Come on now. Right. That's where I was up to. Eva Anderson, can you please say hi, Orla? Hi, Orla, my cousin. Yes, I can, and I just did do. Right. Okay. Isra was actually okay in the live stream just the other day, but then suddenly got really defensive about stuff, and I never really knew why. I used to ride pillion on a Yamaha. It was fun. Cornflakes, lots and lots. I hope I win a Ford Tip-X. Oh yes, a good Ford Tip-X. Her real name is Antonia Christina Basiliotta. Who's that then? No, nuts to butts Greenwood. I remember Tony Basil. Hey Mickey? Oh, I don't. Yeah, the young ones, yes. She was 39 when she did that trace. What did she do? Oh, Boaty's on your fine. You're so fine. Hey, Boaty. Hello, comrade. How are you? Asks Germany, and I am fine. Big Boy VR says, love your shirt. Really, it's just a t-shirt. It's a plain t-shirt. It's a plain grey t-shirt. It couldn't really get any less exciting. Maybe that's what you find appealing about it, that I'm not trying to impress anyone by having some sort of label on the go. And if that's what you're thinking, I agree with you. You Swedish? Yeah, no, I'm not Swedish, Germany. Do you think it's a good idea for the government to be lowering the age of an HGV from 21 to 18, asks Skick. And no, I don't. I don't think it's a good idea at all, actually. In fact, really, I don't think anyone to the age of 25 should be doing it, personally. She was born in Philadelphia, what's this? What are you going on about here, Boaty? I think Boaty's just turned up to try and be disruptive, and I thank you for that, but stop it, you great lanky pain in the arse, you great lanky one. Right. That's a lot of Basil, Boaty. The cheerleader costume she wore in Hey Mickey video was the one she wore in high school. There were several parts of the video where, oh gosh. Right. Oh gosh, Eliza is here as well. Well, no, I didn't miss you. In fact, actually, you turned up last night, and I thought, oh, good, Eliza's here. She's going to behave herself tonight. And then you didn't carry on being here. So I was quite surprised by that, actually. Oh, you did notice that. He would notice it, wouldn't he? Not talking to you, Captain Mustard, says Germany. Oh, well, okay, I don't know who you're talking to. I see you have a grey shirt on today, so a blue one and a brown one, and now a grey one. Yeah, I've got some more as well. I've got a couple of green ones. I've got a light green one. I've got a light blue one. I've got one that says cows on it. I've got quite a few t-shirts. All right, as the algorithm's picked up on you now. It hasn't it? Does seem to have done that. You didn't miss me. I'll miss you more when you're nice. I'm sure you'll be nice today, won't you? What's your favourite cider, Captain? Asks Gareth Evans. Mine's proper good pint. I'm not really a cider person, actually. I have been drinking today, says Elisa. Hopefully not alcohol. School's out. Are you? You are not a goat. You are the goat. Says Big Boy. Now that is a compliment, isn't it? That I am the goat of goats. Brilliant. Thank you. I hope you liked this live stream. I'm sure you did. The song Mickey is actually a cover of. This is your banana tips all over again, isn't it? Nice picture behind you, says Denise Maiden. It is just a generic picture from a cheapo shop, and actually today we was in an art gallery and I was thinking how nice it would be to have a proper piece of art on the wall, but you know, the prices, that's the trouble. Daniel Griffith says, can you say hi, Daniel? Yes, I did, thank you. I am nice, but I drink a lot when I get crazy. Okay, let's not drink too much then. Racy, some girls. Oh yes, yes. Sorry if I'm crazy today. It must be because of the beer I had before. Well, just be careful then. That's the simple answer to that, isn't it? It's such an obvious bit of advice that you can take or not take. Up to you. Right. The question is now, how are my salty balls? And how is my cube of spicy meat? I think the answer to that is okay, but they're not really, they're not burning. Well, I say burning, I'm just going to gently turn them over. I'm going to put my fingers in this as well to do. But, you know, the flour actually helps because it means there's a barrier, very small barrier between, burning my fingers and not burning my fingers. That time it didn't work. Go wash my hands now. There we go. That was nice and easy, wasn't it? Does anybody find it inconvenient washing their hands? Because the amount of cars I have been into that have been stood a while that end up with a mouldy steering wheel, which gives away the whole thing that the owner didn't wash their hands very often when they went for a poo. Yeah, it just takes a couple of seconds to do. Even when you're cooking, you're in the kitchen, you're doing a live stream, it's still easy enough to do a bit of dabble washing. Right, let's cover up this because I'm only making 4 meatballs. Just four inbred meatballs will be consumed by me tonight. And I will actually eat them all, of course. I'm not going to just cook them and not eat them. One thing that's definitely happened though, if anybody remembers the other day I did these kind of scrambled egg curries. Gosh, they were fabulous. Those, I'm going to make more. I'll be doing another one of those at least either tomorrow or the night after because it was just the tastiest and unexpectedly easy thing to do. I would highly recommend that. Highly recommend it indeed. As you may guess, my cup of tea has gone cold now, but I'm not going to have myself another one. Nah, I'm also not going to start going down the route of asking for 27 likes before I can have myself a beer. If I decide I'm going to have one, I'm just going to have one. I had some bought for me yesterday, so why not? I don't need to feel bad about it, do I? And of course we have lots more comments to go through, which is rather lovely. Did somebody say beer? Did somebody say beer? Yes, we're all saying beer here, Germany. Have you watched Harry Potter and what do you think of it? I've never watched it, Big Boy VR. Don't you drink beer though? I thought you liked beer too. I do, I love beer. Beer is my favourite drink. Of all the drinks available, beer is the one I prefer the most. Salty chocolate balls, says Rover Joe, which of course is getting the, that was the South Park thing, wasn't it? It's 1 o'clock here, says the Greenwood. Yes. Marcos says, are you single? And the answer is, no, I'm afraid I'm not, Marcos. If that's a big disappointment to you, don't worry, because there are plenty of other men in the sea. Ah, look, one good one, Greenwood, but I say beer o'clock. I'm still, even though you've already asked this, only a minute later, I'm still not single, my friend Marcus. Ah, no. But I don't mind you asking. Do all these new people on here have a reputation? No, Ski. It's not something that I would personally tell anyone about. I'm not sure why you like to tell anyone about it, really, either. Beer, says Germany, with a glass of beer and some more glasses of beer, just to make it official. You don't want any confusion on what we're talking about. Racing were formed in 1976 in Western Supermarket. I'm reading that crap out, Boaty. Oi, Boat, shut up. Don't mind me, says hi. That's OFC, he is single. He's an independent woman who doesn't need a man to take care of him. Well, how about that? Kinelskik, I just lost my mouthful. This is what I think when you say witch. I prefer a wedge than a widge. Analia Cordoba, who's Finnish, I guess. Welcome. Any tidbits on Bay City rollers, Mr. Belty? That's what he's going to do. He's Bill come on a live stream, and he's going to be on the live stream with Wikipedia as well. He's just going to copy and paste stuff on there. It's trolling for the thinking man, isn't it? It's a very clever idea. Well done, Belty. Well done indeed. I did ask him a direct question, but he didn't answer it because he's too busy finding out stuff about racing. I saw you in Sports Direct holding blocks of cheese in the shoes. Thank you, Tyler. Landing colon. Hi, hello. Anelia says hello again, and I like your fish tank. Many people do. Nell, my mum used to say that. What's wrong with the server? Is that what it is? Right. The Cure formed in Crawley in 1976. Lee Beamish is here. Now, let's test my memory. Lee Beamish, was you the chap the other day that popped in and said that you didn't feel well? And a few people suggested that you might have food poisoning. If you are, please say so. And John Doherty is here as well. And look at that. I was going to say I've caught up with comments, but then a whole load more as well. Coral Lee Bishop, hello. Any of you? Yes, it was Lee Beamish. Well, thank you. I hope you're feeling much better now. Now, everybody, don't forget to like this live stream because it may well help more people turn up and like it because it's the kind of thing that they like to see. Good evening, Captain, says Mighty Cat Mods. Good evening, Mighty Cat Mods, to you. Thank you for joining me. You join me whilst I'm doing some not exactly weird experiment with cooking, but certainly something I've never made before, or indeed seen. I've just drank some undertasted beer. Undertasted beer. I'm back from holiday, says Lee Beamish. Oh, very good. Excellent. I hope you had a nice time. I'm quite interested in what undertasted beer is, though. Or do you mean underrated? Is it underrated beer? I tell you what, meatballs take a long time to cook when you're doing them like this. But half the reason is that I don't want loads of noise going on in the background. Now, I thought this was a bit of a mad idea, but it's not, is it? Because, I mean, what's a sausage roll? It is meat encased in pastry. This is just a different kind of meat encased in bread. So it shouldn't really be that different, really, I suppose. Undertasted. Good evening, young man, says Bev Coles, and thank you very much, Bev, for being here. I mean, it didn't taste as good. Ah, right, I see. Do you like Harry Potter? Asks Lee Beamish. I've never actually watched it, but I'm sure it's very good. In fact, it would definitely be one of those kind of films or books I would recommend to young people who want to, explore their imagination somewhat. Kling Toby asks, have you seen Red Dwarf? I was a big fan of Red Dwarf when it was quite new, because they had all sorts of really curious and fun, imaginative things going on. It was a really different kind of sitcom altogether. Well, it was brilliant. I really did. And then, of course, they couldn't really get it entirely out of their system and brought it back, and it didn't think it was quite as good then. Now, out. I'm going to have to in a minute. I'll just read through these comments and then I'll start wrapping this meat up, if I can, in the bread, and hope that the cooker will be, well, I hope that I can actually cook the meat inside it. Oh gosh, that's unusual. What's happened there then? Oh. Ah, right, what's happened there then? That's unusual. Ah, right, hang on. I think I think I can see what's going on there. Right, Hannah McIntyre. Hi, it's Hannah joining again. Welcome, Hannah. Hannah in Scotland, yeah. I'm drinking Spaten Munchenhell. Tastes grand. Yeah, Smeghead. Do you watch Robot Wars? Asks Tyler Kennedy. I've only ever seen a couple of episodes of it, and I didn't like it quite as much. What's loading then, Germany? Red Dwarf salute. I can't remember what that is. I checked the channel out, says the Greenwood. Well, that's right. Okay, well, thank you for that. Yeah, with that particular, I was under the impression that was a middle-aged man. It was here the other day as well, but yeah, thank you. I guess it's not really quite what we want here then. Right. Out of Aldi's getting some ingredients for a lovely beef stew and dumplings. Then I'll be home to catch up with you all, says Bev Coles. Do you like Star Wars? Asks Hannah McIntyre. I certainly like the first 3 films. Can you say hi to my cousin Orla and Macy? Asks Eva. Yes, I can. Hello to Orla and Macy. Chris Bowen is here and says, how's it going? Well, not too bad, I suppose. King Toby. Hello, King Toby. Oh, right, I see. Yeah, that is really weird, that, isn't it? It's a really very strange one indeed, Tracy. Yeah. I never quite figured that one out. But, yeah, thank you for sorting that out. I've lost, says Germany. And then King Toby's not got away after all. Have a good day, because I'm... have a good day. Have a good day. I'm going to guess your name is Jacob the Third. Well, you're not too far off, actually. Eva said thank you. Rimmer's salute. Was it that? Where we banged his H? I think it was, wasn't it? Captain, have you seen Rambo Last Blood? I haven't, actually. No. Is it good? Is there a lot of fighting? Does Sylvester Stallone end up with a dirty vest? I've lost my little... I lost my little brother a few months ago. What? Oh dear, that doesn't sound very nice at all. Yes, I'm from Scotland. Also, you should watch Rise of Skywalker. It's my favourite Star Wars movie. And what age am I again? Asks Hannah. 36, I think. I'm sure you said 36. By the way, I'm from Northern Ireland, says Eva. It's brutal. Yes, well, actually, there's a point. No, it is a good thing. It is fun to know what country people are from. I like knowing that. Just the country. Don't need to give any information away because we don't need that, do we? These are probably not entirely ready, but I have put the oven on. So I'm getting ready to be... Ah, yes. He waved his hand around several times and then hits the H. Wasn't you an extra on Coronation Street? Amelia's amazing adventures. Can you cook? Well, I certainly try to. What am I cooking today? I am cooking some meatballs, which are going into some bread, which I've had a bit of a joke about already. What H? Asks Germany. Well, what age did you start growing your infamous beard? H is the hologram, and that was signified by a capital H on his forehead. Apparently, all the holograms had an H on their forehead. Ow! Oh, do you know what? I actually genuinely just burnt my arm on the pan there. How clumsy of me. Yes, so, now, are we ready to put the meatballs in the bread? I tell you what's weird. You know, I did 3 balls and 1 cube. Well, we can see that is quite clearly a cube, a meaty cube, yeah? That's kind of, this one here is not really a cube or anything, it's kind of like a boulder shape now. As is this one, but a smaller boulder shape. But this one has turned into a cube. How did that happen? How do things turn into cubes that were once not cubes? That's the question of the day. We need the mystery answering. Yes. Germany on Rimmer's forehead. Yeah, I answered that one as well, didn't I? My cold cup of tea now is 1 hour and 6 minutes old. And it's now horrible. Well, hopefully they will be delicious, yes. So now starts the rather exciting bit of wrapping the meatballs or meat cubes into the what was bread, but now will probably end up becoming a bit more like pastry. And just here, I have my bread, which is rising again. It's rising again just there. Oh gosh, I tell you what, once it goes in there, it just wants to then try and escape. So I am expecting that what will actually happen is that they will kind of not work too well. But I'm still going to do it, I'm still going to give it a go. The other thing is that the bread's gone, because it started to rise again in situ there, means they're probably going to be a lot bigger than I wanted. And as well, I'm putting the meatballs back into the pan, not to cook further, but just for somewhere to put them whilst I deal with this. And that means they will soak up ever so slightly some of the oil that has come off of the mince. Is that a good thing? Yeah, I reckon it is actually. I just hope they don't split, because as I'm moulding this around there, the bread doesn't really want to stick entirely to itself. So, I mean, this is an experiment. I'm quite happy and prepared for it to go completely wrong. So if it goes okay, then I will be elated, I suppose, because I'm simply not expecting that to happen. It's not quite what I was expecting. I thought this was going to be more of like a really, really thin layer of bread around them, but instead the thick layers, and now the thick layers with meat juices on the outside as well. So it's, don't fall off of there. I'm going to go with that idea as well, and just let them soak up even more of this stuff. So that looks more like it should be going into a deep fry rather than anything else. And then, of course, what we need to do now is, put that in the oven. Oh, gosh. 9:15. What should we do after this? Will there be enough people in here to talk to? Because at the moment, there isn't. It has been a rather up and down kind of a live stream tonight, with numbers being very low, then going up to a decent number, and then all disappearing again. It's a strange one, but it's all rather unpredictable and exciting. Many people have been sacked off the live stream for being inappropriately aged and also being inappropriately mannered, which neither can really work here. So I'm going to go back to the comments, see if there's anything worthwhile reading out, read it out, and ask you to write more stuff in there, and also donate your likes to the live stream, because they're all rather important. I may even just sit slightly on the side there so you can see the fish tank. So many people like that. You seem a bit tired, Captain. Time for a beer? Do you know what? Well, I have had an hour and 10 minutes. I started off full of energy, didn't I? So maybe I've just worn myself out by just talking. It's brutal. Yes, he waved his. All right, okay. Wasn't the extra? Can you cook? Yes, I can to a degree. What are you cooking today? Just showing you. What age did you start growing your infamous beard? Yeah, they look delicious. Right, so that's where I got to. When we come back to Mighty Cat mods, not come back to, but get to Mighty Cat mods. Sometimes cars become a cube when they weren't once before. That is true, actually. Yeah. But it's not because they've been placed into a warm pan, though, is it? It's usually because they've been squashed into that shape. My cube was. That's it. One of the balls is bigger than the other, and the dickie's long too, because I'm a dancing freak. Gosh. Unless it's a Nissan cube, pre-cubed in the factory for your convenience. Do you know, I feel like Pingu's basically given me permission to have a beer. Do you? I might get to the bottom of the comments and then just do one anyway. Why not, eh? Why not? And Pingu, of course, because of those beers that you brought along, I did a little test last night of the San Miguel against the little copy. And surprisingly enough, I thought the little version was actually better, which I really wasn't expecting. After all this, can we hold hands and talk about our feelings? Well, who would you like to hold hands with, Tyler? What would you like to ask? What would you like us to ask you? Asks Chris Bowen. Well, I don't know. It's up to you. You don't have to ask me anything. It's you could just do like what other people do and just tell me to do things instead, or just say what you want, or try and use it for your own agenda. That's it's very difficult to know what the best thing to do about it is. Well, the best thing for me to do at the moment is quite possibly go and get that beer out of the fridge. But actually, it's not even the San Miguel from last night. I think Turbo Tom, guest on the Project Nigel channel, should start his own channel and do live streams. And I saw the comments that agree with me. I haven't seen that. one. Oh, interesting. He's a very likable chap, isn't he? And that's where actually I think that the video that I did, I posted live of the Turbo Tom video today, but I wanted to make sure that actually I did something else first before I got I made a video of this as well. I make a video out of absolutely everything, so I don't want to spoil it for the 21 people that may actually be possibly listening. But what we had to do we had to leave the engine outside overnight, just wrapped up. So today, on my day off, I bobbed down there and made sure it was put away, because I thought if the video goes out showing this turbocharged engine with this massive turbo on it and all this work, how awful it would be. He didn't seem to be too concerned. He said, it'll be all right there. I'll come back next week. But I thought, no. You can see it from the gate. I don't really want an engine like that on display for someone to just come along and steal. Now, where was I? What was I talking about? What was I talking about? I've forgotten. Oh yeah, if Turbo Tom did a live stream, yeah, maybe he'd be good with it. Yeah, he has got a YouTube channel, by the way. I did actually try to at him, yeah, on the description, but it wouldn't work for some reason. Let's go and get that beer. Oh. Oh wow, another one. Not another one, is it, Greenwood? Where's the... Oh, there it is. There it is. Well, here we have a bottle of Harper's IPA, and I should actually do a comparison of this with Proper Job, because that's what this is based on. That is what this is copying, and it's quite a good job. But a direct comparison of one to the other, I think you'll find that the Proper Job is actually better. However, after a cold cup of tea and an hour and a quarter of just waffling on, that is superb. You know, I almost feel like doing a beer review of this particular beer because it's got a lovely bitter edge to it. I'd like a beer with a bitter edge. What's it called, that one? Old Empire beer. What a fantastic beer that is. And recently, they put the price down in Aldi to £1.49 for a bottle, and then it all disappeared. So I think what had happened is they decided that they no longer wanted to sell this particular beer, and they just want to get rid of it straight away. That's really it. Oh gosh, the numbers are going back up again. Just as well I'm here. He's a natural trace. Oh, lovely. I see you like hearing about that kind of thing. I'm surprised Tommy T is 31. He seems younger. Do you reckon? I didn't think that myself, because I remember being that age, and it wasn't that long ago. Lots of love for Tom. Tyler Kennedy. Later on, can you vacuum the grass and peg yourself on the washing line? Well, yeah, I could do actually. Although there isn't any grass in the backyard, and the washing line probably won't support my weight. Oh dear. Right. Well, let's keep them out then. Let's keep them out. It's not too bad. Not too bad if they're, the sort of teenagers, but any younger than that is really just a no-go at all. And in actual fact, I mean, normally you can tell by the way they write. But I don't know. There's nothing you can do to stop them. That's the trouble. If you're doing a live stream, unless you have specifically no under 18s, then you're going to get some in. But even then, you probably would do. And then you just end up with all these problems with nobody being able to join us anyway, which I found the other day. It was a disaster. A Monday lunch with Tom Turbo. Monday. He doesn't really do Mondays because he works full time. In that case, would you take on my idea for a YouTube series about breaking wind in the local post offices? I pitched it to Boaty, but he never replied to it for some reason. Probably because he thinks you're actually stealing his idea. That's the kind of thing he would do, isn't it? Did somebody say beer? Did somebody drink beer? Somebody opened up a beer. Oh, yes. Mr. X, what's going on with the price of olive oil, asks John. Well, yeah, that's a good question. Why is it so expensive suddenly? Why? I don't know. It's way too expensive. I think I bought my last bottle of olive oil the other day because that was over £5 for 750 millilitres, and really ought to make that last its best. Anything going on there?
I think there was a fly in my cup of tea, so I couldn't drink it.
Oh, right.
There's something in it anyway.
Thank you. Rob Shaw. Hello, Rob Shaw. John, 316. No religion is the answer. I prefer not to do religion. Have you ever watched Harry's farm video? Harry's farm? Do you mean Clarkson's farm? No, I haven't. Dude looks like a randomly save you. Dude looks like he'd randomly save you during a zombie apocalypse, says Mucha. Now that's a cool comment. I like that. I would do. If there was a zombie apocalypse on the go right now, and I could see somebody who needed saving, I'd go and save them. Yeah, why wouldn't I? That's the thing to do. It's the thing to do, and I have seen Shaun of the Dead, so I do know how to deal with them as well. John, right, yes. To be honest, I kind of thought it was that anyway. Mighty Cat Mods. Did you see the solar eclipse? Asks Dentist Bob, or Dentist Ob. No, I didn't, because I think I'm in the wrong part of the world to see it. That's the trouble. I think you would find it quite interesting, Uncle Mustard, says Pingu Concord. Oh, well, Clarkson's farm or Harry's farm. I'm not sure which one it is now. New character unlocked. I heard a female voice. Yes, you did. Yes, you had a female voice that you won't hear very often. Cheese. What's up, Grandpa? I like the way I get mixed up with somebody else. John is the conquering chap from a few nights ago. Hello, the voice of Mrs. Mustard. I like your glasses, dude. Well, thank you. They like you. No, Harry's farm is a proper farmer next door to Boaty Clark's. No, I haven't. You know how little time I get to watch TV because I do stuff like this. And now I'm finding it's impacted my ability to edit videos. But luckily at the moment, I'm thinking one video a day is possibly a bit too much. And we had this conversation yesterday, didn't we? But editing videos and doing live stream takes up even longer, So I'm trying to develop the art of editing videos when I'm really knackered in the evening, and then fall asleep with it almost complete. The only thing then is I've got to watch it through because I just don't know. You get to that point in the evening where you start cutting corners possibly, so I have to watch it through just to make sure I haven't done too much of that. Harry's farm is Harry Metcalf from Harry's Garage. Well, that's who I thought he meant actually. Irina Drastil. Is that right? Hi. Hello, Spider-Man. When the money starts rolling in, which it will all be worth it, says John. Well, let's hope so. Do you reckon the money's going to start rolling in? I mean, it could do, because if I keep getting people liking my live streams and subscribing, I am possibly just a couple of months, 3 months maybe, off having this YouTube channel partnered. And then, of course, I can do the adverts, I can do all of the super chats and super thanks and all these other things, and then I may find that there may be some generous people who watch the live streams that want to just fling money my way. That would be fabulous. That really would be fabulous. And I'll definitely carry on doing it if that's the case.
Hi.
Hello. What ring light are you using? Asks Verb. It was just a cheap old one from Asda. It was reduced from whatever price it was to £7, and I needed a small tripod, so I got that one. Good evening, Mrs. Mustard, says Pingu Concord. Not you. That was from before. Stitch. Brew. I was thinking of the wrong farm, doing beastie things with animals. Oh.
Yeah?
Why go live so early, asks Irina. Well, it's not that early. It is actually 9:30 here. So that makes me think that you must be in a different country. You can tell me which country it is if you like. Kaltmon Diham. Oh yes, positive thinking, positive outcome. Papa and Shay's vlog. Exactly. That's how I like to see things as well. Sorry, I am in Australia. Well, that would definitely explain it, wouldn't it? Because you are... Uh-oh, have you spilt something?
What's in the oven?
Some inbred meatballs.
Oh, yeah. Right.
What have you spilt? Where? I can barely see anything there.
Right, come on, up to bed now. Could you top up one for a bit?
All
It's
right.
really warm.
Is it?
Come.
Oh yeah, Andrew's in Australia as well. I know. Come on, leave that there. I'll sort it out. Don't you worry. Could you go past the fish then? Just scaring all the fish. I'll see the bits, okay? That's the wrong way to go upstairs. You need to go up the steps rather than through that room. So open the window a little bit then.
Oh yeah, he is.
Thank you. Maybe. Oh gosh, that's interesting. That really is inbred because the it's proper rising as well. They're going to be like rolls of about that big with a chunk of meat on the inside. I reckon that's quite a funny thing. V. Lee says shit, which is a one-syllable word that most of us can spell because of the fact that it only has 4 letters. And thank you very much for that contribution. Alexandria says, hi, I'm new. Hello, Alexandria. And Eva Anderson, lots of, well, I don't know what those actually are. They look a bit like poos that look happy. Are you doing a live tomorrow? And the answer is yes, I will. I will do one tomorrow. I'll do one at my usual time of 20 to 9. There we go. We've caught up the comments again. Isn't that fabulous? How's that possible? Now, being as that I am now speaking to 127 people, and oh, hang on. Come on. Oh, right. Sorry about that. Somebody did a fart. It wasn't me. 132 people. I'm going to ask some of you people right now if you could just press the like on this live stream. That will help for tomorrow's live stream, and it will help more people come along and find this one. And if you subscribe to the channel, then you will have a notification when I next do a live stream, which will be tomorrow. But it's nice to be alerted to it, isn't it? Because then, you don't have to be looking out for it. Oh, good night, Captain. I am knackered, says Pingu Concord. And good night to you as well. I hope you have a lovely sleep. You're probably still a bit worn out from yesterday's little trip out, aren't you? Oh dear, another one gone. Eva O says hi. And hello, Eva Ho. Eva O. Eva O. Welcome to the live stream. Oh, Joshua King. Well, that's proper big, isn't it? Well done. That's the kind of thing I think I wish I could actually think of saying, but the politeness and actually having something more interesting gets in the way, unfortunately. Lex Breslin says hi. Well, Lex Bressin, hello to you. And Harsh says, hi, buddy. Hello. Hello, Harsh. Now, that sounds quite familiar, as if you already know me. Maybe you do, but I just don't recognize the username. Say N word. Wow, Joshua King. How about no? That's an N word, and that's the one I'm going to say to you. I'm sure you'll find it much more palatable. Wow, I'm gonna stick with it, Josh. You'll get something in a minute. Do you have sex? Well, do I have it? Gosh, what an interesting and fabulous question that is. Do I have it? Do I have it? Are you looking to be jealous of somebody? Is that the thing? Do you need to talk to somebody about how to do it, or how you can possibly be appealing to members of the opposite sex? If that's the case, then just say so. Give me an honest question about it, and I'll answer that one. Onion. No onion. No onion. Guess which country I am in, says Harsh. Well, I'm going to have a guess at that and say Spain. There are lots of countries around the world, so if I've got that correct, I'll be quite pleased with that, because I'm sure that you haven't been here before. Not to be rude, but not to be rude, but do you have girls? Wow. Do I have them? Do I have what? Like, do I have a choice of them that I think? Well, I'll tell you what. This evening, I'm feeling like I need to. I need to pander to one of my carnal needs and just basically find some ladies. Well, no, not really. Very few men have that kind of privilege, and if they do, it's because they've got enough money to pay for them. And well, I haven't got that kind of money. But you could, if you wanted to, donate some of your money towards my need for that particular thing, which currently I don't have. I think you might have sex in one of the cupboards, Mustard. You bought more yesterday. Right, thanks for that. John Studley is here and says, hey, Mustard and chat. Well, thank you for joining us, John Studley. Harsh says India, which is, well, I mean, my guess was incorrect, but at least I didn't say Great Britain, because you're not in Great Britain. America, hey, John. Mixed onions, that's quite a cool name. I have an N word for Joshua King, nincompoop. Yes, or novice, or, well, never mind. How are you doing? Asks Lex Breslin. I'm okay. I'm not going to read that one out, Lex94. That is quite funny. Right, hello, cutie pie, says Clover. So that's what are you all about? No. Knobbed is a good N word. Yes, it is. Yes. I tell you what, why don't we all do the N words now? We can replace the one that obviously he was asking about with the ones that he should be using, either to refer to himself or anyone that really thinks that's clever or funny. Lex Breslin, and where was we? How are you doing? Right, jolly good. Knobbed surely starts with a K. It does, but it has the sound of an N, doesn't it? Numpty says John Studley. Good one. Nope, you're talking about Willie Head. Nincompoop, yep. Namby Pamby. Naughty step. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at the inbreds. I think they're about ready. So it is time to switch off the oven and pull them out. Noob, Nodger. Never heard of them. Oh, never heard of that one before, actually. Novice. Yeah, what is a nodger? Oh. Let's have a look at the impress. I thought it was good. I thought it was good to have a look into the chat. Honestly, I wouldn't be so rude about them. But you can, you're allowed to be. Oh. Meatballs in bread. Meatballs in bread. Here they are. And now you can't tell which is the meat cube, can you? All you can see is just bread. I think you know it's got something a bit unusual going on in the inside. It really does just look like bread, because that's really what it is. You know, like when you have, what do you do with bread? Well, what do you do with bread? Isn't that an interesting and not particularly interesting question? It's not a clever question, but it's also, it addresses a point which needs to be made. What would you want with bread in the first place? Well, normally, unless you're making toast or just eating dry bread or making duck food, then you'd have a sandwich, wouldn't you? And within a sandwich, often you'll have something like meat. With these, you don't need to do. It's like a ready-made sandwich. Noggin. Ah, right, I see. Still laugh at that comment there. Let's look at the inputs. Thank you for that. I keep thinking of a very, very close family. Oh, right. Nutsack. And yeah, Noggin was the last one. I do get broken sometimes. But the thing is, I try to get unbroken sort of reasonably quickly. But Nigel, right. Yeah, Israel says, Nigel, I found your other channel and it said you're looking for ladies. I did. I had a video called Captain Mustard is Looking for Ladies. And that's because it's still kind of the same now. On my other channel, I have something like 99% men watching the channel. 99% men, something like 80% in the UK, and the majority between 44 and 55. So that's a small amount of the population in a small country. What you really need is to appeal to the other half of the small bit. If the other half of the small bit would double what it is I'm doing. So that's why that is. Never worked. Never worked at all. Unlike on this channel, where it's not the opposite way around, but on this channel, my statistics say there are ever so slightly more ladies watching than what there are men. And the majority of the watchers aren't in the UK either. They're in America. Numb nuts. Is that his OnlyFans page? Is it in a sexual way because your wife? Yeah, so you might have slightly got the wrong end of the idea of that. Get Tom on more often. He will bring in the ladies, says Andrew Butty Geek. Well, certainly both he will. Is that a flex? Is what a flex? What's a flex? Although that's that question again. Ronaldo or Messi, says Harsh. Harsh, welcome to the live stream. But that particular question, which doesn't sound like an offensive question will just get deleted because, quite simply, so many people ask the same thing. And I know it's a football question, isn't it? It's about. Well, hang on, I could be completely wrong here, but I'm sure it's about football. Two particularly good football players that are maybe rivals. Would that be right? I'm trying to do this intelligently. Football, the game where they kick the ball around and try and achieve goals from the opposite team, and there are two particular players that are very good. Is that right? Yeah. Isra says, "Do you have kid?" It's a very strange wording, actually. That is. Trace, and that was Boaty buzzing mustard. Oh, right, of course. The thing is, although my phone is on silent, you can still hear the buzzing going on, can't you? You can hear it, but I can't because I'm sat a couple of feet away from it. So I don't know it's actually going on at all. Who thinks I should try some of this bread? Good painting behind you. It's not really. It's not. It's not. I wish it was. Who's better, Messi or Ronaldo? My answer is who cares? Isra, that's not a question you need to ask, okay? And besides that, I'm not really sure whether you're a polite person that gets annoyed or just a rude person, because sometimes you're a bit of a mix of both. Now, the best thing I can do right now is take one of these inbreds. Is take one of these meat inbreds and try it out, see if it is nice. So here we go. I'll go for the smallest one. I'm going to cut it in half, and I'll tell you whether it wants something a bit like horseradish with it, because it may well do. Right, now it's cut in half. It doesn't really look so interesting, actually. It's quite nice. Lacking flavour though. That's why we have the horseradish. I reckon horseradish is the answer to this. There we go. What isn't the answer though is too much horseradish. And I think I've just gone into that ever so slightly there. Yeah. It's almost like dumpling. So, beef and dumpling. I like it. Yeah. One's a snack. It is just a snack though. And now I feel like some more. Where was we up to? Oh, right. Okay, well that explains it. Isra doesn't need to be here. Right. Okay. Good. Right. That explains. Meat inbreds is totally how to describe some of the locals. Let us know how your gonad bread tastes. Right, so universal, yes. Harsh says making you hungry. Well, that's not really the idea. Or maybe it will be a bit. Maybe it will be a bit because, gosh, I do quite like simple cooking ideas that I haven't tried before, and I'm brave enough to actually eat them. So I can be the guinea pig. But deleting any cues about any kids, etc., because it's irrelevant and inappropriate. Yes, indeed it is. Now, there's two reasons for asking that those kind of questions in that way, and neither of them are appropriate. Right. Okay. Oh gosh, I have cancer and I'm ugly, says John Joythitz. Well, if that's true, then that's terrible. If it's not true, then you're terrible, really. And of course, you know, I don't want to come across as unsympathetic, but I'm not sure why you would come onto a live stream with a bunch of people you don't know and just say it like that. If you want people to like you and have people to talk to, it's probably not the best way to start, because many people are going to assume that you're just looking for attention, which of course could not necessarily be the case. I'm back. I had to go to the shops and get some bread. Your cooking makes me hungry for toast and I had no bread, says Hannah. Good hair you have. Any hair kit tips, asks Harsh. How about just not think about it? You can't really do anything with your hair. It just grows out of your head, and if it's okay, it's okay. If it's not, there aren't really products that you can put on the outside that make it any better, I don't think. I think it's all a load of nonsense, all the stuff about this. Epic Shorts. Hi, Sabrina Quinton. Hello, how are you? I'm fine. Seems very young. Prove me wrong. Yes, okay. So Greenwood, would you agree with what I just said there? Because it's not really the kind of thing that I would personally, if I had anything terminal, I wouldn't go into a live stream with people I didn't know and just blurt it straight out. Anyway, we do have another couple of genuine friends here of Hooked on Classics and Dino Dad as well. Thank you and welcome to the live stream. It's been up and down. Guys, stop calling each other bad things and be nice to the cap. The cap. Now, Hannah, anyone that says anything unsavoury to me has one of two things happen. Either they're lucky and they get booted out by my moderator, Tracy, or they have me to deal with. And that is something that they will not, be happy about. You look like my CS professor, says Harsh. CS. What's CS? You'll have to tell me what that is. I would agree, totally looking for attention there. Hello. Mixed Onions. I do live DJ sets, or do live DJ sets on other platforms, usually with a Q&A, and some of the questions I ask are just off the charts. I'm currently cleaning the carburetor for TC. Computer science, oh, I see. Computer science. I look like a computer science professor. Let's not forget that. Okay? It's important. Should we have some more bread? Why not go for, well, gosh, oh, wow, look at that. Now that one's got a face, isn't it? I don't know, is that the kind of face that's just too pleasant to eat? What does it remind me of? It looks a bit like a tortoise. Gosh, that is unusual. Computer science. Is BBA a good degree? Is it? Ah, this is definitely the curry one. Korean bread. Another wonderful promise there of I could say no. If you say hi to me, I will give you $1,000. What was it? Oh no. Yeah, even more. Thing is, that's a verbal contract. So you said you'll give it to me. There's no getting away from it now. If you don't give me that money, I'll be coming after you. That's much better. This one with some spice mix sprinkled around it, much, much tastier. Yeah, that's how it should be done. Excuse me whilst I try and swallow that. Is Bachelor of Business Administration a good degree? Yes, it is. It's a very good degree if you want to go into business. If you just want to go on a skateboard for a living, probably not. Oh, I'd have gone more geology or anthropology. God, that Lego person, nine's actually quite persistent. Do you support a football team? Asks Mr. X. Oh, no, I don't. Goodbye. I don't support a football team. I am not interested in football. Oh, gosh, I just... Football. Should I do the football talk again? Oh, no, leave it. No, leave it. Leave the football talk alone. Football people don't understand the football talk, so I'll leave it there. Let's just say I don't like football. Epic shorts high. Look like a fighting tortoise in a cartoon character, says Dino Dad. See, I appreciate that. I appreciate there's a reason why we know each other, and it's because of understanding that thought, that kind of connection of what things look like. What's your favourite sports? Asks Harsh. Oh, I don't really have one. I don't really do sports. Look at me. I'm sat down in front of a camera eating a burger in some bread. It's not even a burger. Gosh, it's good though. Epic shorts. Give me, I want to start a YouTube channel for $500. It wouldn't cost anything to start a YouTube channel. Slay Bestie. Slay Bestie. Hi, Bestie. Lewis 944, what you eating, mate? I'm eating meat in bread. I'll show you. This bread with meatballs inside. And they're quite good. Which is why I keep interrupting the chat to eat them. Barry Scrotter is here. Hello. That's another one agreeing with the turtle. TTN Onic, or is it TN Tonic? Hi. Hello, Barry. Good evening, Stephen S. Paul. Good evening to you, Stephen S. Paul, from Great Britain to the desert. I hope it's pleasant there. It won't even be dark there, yeah. Slides, bread experiment making headway. Yes, it did. Hi, Trace. Sorry I wasn't in Smashing Pistons live. Touche away, that's it. Well, I was aware of Smashing Pistons live tonight. And I did think, like last time, I tried to avoid doing a live at the same time as one of my friends. But the fact is, this audience is completely different. So I just thought, why worry about it? Every time I do a live, I pick up some new subscribers, and that's the only way this channel is going to work. I will quite happily have myself a career in just being in the kitchen, doing a bit of cooking and talking to people. But in order for it to work, I've got to do it. Mustard, if you could swap a food for a car, what food would it be and what car? Well, it's easy. I would swap. I'd swap a packet of crisps for a Citroen 2VC. And then I'll try and do something a bit more adventurous after that. Yep, no, that is what you asked. You didn't ask the difficult one, did you? No worries, no worries. What good degree for the future? I'm 18. It rather depends on what it is you want to do with your life, surely. And you know better about what you want to do with your life than anyone on here. I don't go to college, dropped out and learned welding and woodwork. It pays well, says TN Tonic. Well, that's good. See, that's positive, isn't it? But in my country, they're hardly $100 a month. What people on YouTube? Wonder how Boaty got on. Well, we'll find out probably quite soon. Oh shit! Look at the time. It is 10 o'clock. Oh no! I really should let him take over, shouldn't I? Yes, I can say hello, Jules. Hello, everyone. Oh yeah, Hannah, yeah, 31. I was almost right, wasn't I? I said 32. You are most appropriate and most welcome in my live stream. Now I'm going to go because my friend Boaty will be starting his live stream right now, and I'd like to clear the decks, let's say, for him, so that none of my people are watching me when they could be watching him. So I'm going to say thank you very, very much for everyone who's joined me tonight. Some in particular, more than others, of course. Massive thank you to the Greenwood for being my moderator, and a huge thank you for the people I actually know for popping in. Lots and lots of thank yous to all the new people that have come in, whether you've said anything pleasant or not. So I will still say thank you. Thank you for anyone who's liked this live stream, and thank you massively for anyone who's a new subscriber. And that is it. I am off. Good night. See you next time.